Have you ever been in that situation where you've got this book idea whizzing around your head and you can't quite get it out in the right way? You're not quite sure where to start in terms of planning it. Or maybe you've just sat down and kind of pantsed a book. And by that I mean you haven't planned it. You just sat down and wrote a load of stuff and then gone, oh, it's a bit of a mess. I'm really not quite sure what to do with all that stuff that I've got. Now, I'm a massively creative person, but I also have to plan things. So when it comes to a book, for me, if I plan it, get out of my head, and I've got a series of things that I do, that I teach in terms of book planning or planning the outline that really help you to cement it. But when I first start, I just got to get the stuff out of my head. And this is where my journal comes in really, really handy. So I'm going to give you a bit of the backstory to this book that I'm currently planning. So what happened was I wrote this book in 2012. So, it's pretty old. And actually, there's a funny story about this. I don't know if you're going to find it that funny, but my partner at the time had gone away for the weekend, and I'd been teaching Writing to Heal workshops and stuff like that. So I had lots of exercises and all sorts of stuff. And so he'd gone away for the weekend, and I thought, I am going to write a book. So I sat down with Dragon Naturally Speaking, had my microphone. There was me and my dog, and I sat for the weekend and I talked 40,000 words. And I decided, because I was going on holiday in a couple of weeks, that I wouldn't edit it. I would turn it into a proof book, and I would edit it on the plane and on holiday with my folks. Well, honestly, I sat on the plane and killed myself laughing because I hadn't checked it. I just literally went, I just want to get it out of my head, talk it, edit it. Some of the words that Dragon thought I'd said, we're talking 10 years ago, was hilarious. So what happened recently was I decided I wanted to have an edition 2 of this book. So what I did is I sat down with my journal and with the book, because obviously I've got this book, and worked out what kind of content I would take forward, what I'd get rid of, what new content I would put in. And because I have lots of content, this was in a single day, I'd restructured the book, put new content in. I'm waiting for a cover designer to come back with a new cover, and then I'll get a proof book and edit it. But then what happened was, because I was reading through this book, and this is part of that creative process that you're probably experiencing. You've got content and stuff and things going on and ideas, and you need to get it down. So while I was doing this, I thought, oh, I've got this idea and I've got that idea, and what about this? And really I need to bring this in, because 10 years is a long time. Obviously I was teaching Writing to Heal a long time before that, but 10 years is a long time to accumulate knowledge and experience and skills. And it was really bugging me. And I woke up early one morning and I thought, get your pen, get your journal, and write out what it is that you want to put in this new book going forward. So like I said, I wasn't going to write this book, and now I'm really, really super excited, because it's like, that means I can create a new course. I have a really, really popular, thousands of students in my existing Writing to Heal course. I can create this beautiful brand new course, and I'm like, scribble, scribble, scribble. So I scribbled it all out, and I've slept on it for a couple of days. It was like I just had to get it out of my head, right? And that's the first thing to do, is get it out of your head in your journal, put it to bed, and reflect on it, and then come back, scribble some more notes. The next thing to do is open up Word or Pages or whatever your favourite word processing is, and put down all those key headings. Now, the great thing about Microsoft Word is, for example, is that you've got the navigation pane. And because you've got the navigation pane, if you use the style sheets, what you can do is see the outline of the book coming together as you create all the content. And literally what I do is I do a heading, one for every chapter heading, and then I just sit and brainstorm ideas underneath, and I make them heading 2s or heading 3s. So I end up with this really, really rough structure that I'm now going to leave. And the reason I'm going to leave it is I need to let this start making patterns and pictures and connections and stuff like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the things that will really use all of the different senses. So I've got a feeling exercise, a visual exercise. I've got lots and lots of different ways that I am now going to make sure this is the right outline. It's the right content. I feel it, I know it, I see it, I sense it, I hear it. I do all of those things. And they're all like really, really simple things, but it means I get the very, very best outline. Now, what I'm going to do with this book, and it's something you might be interested in, is I'm going to blog it. Because I've got my edition 2, I'm now setting up, I've set up a number of partnerships. I'm going to go and start marketing that book. And with the new book, which is going to be the new course, I'm going to blog it, and that'll also give me the content to help me put the course together. And so I'll get all of that stuff on an ongoing basis, and I won't be sitting there going, oh, I've got a book to write and I've got to write it by a certain date. So I've got a date in my head. I've broken all the goals down. I'm going to be on track with this. So if you've got something to do, if you've got this book that you want to write, please start in your journal, get it all out, sleep on it, reflect on it, come to Word, set it up, leave it. Now, if you need to know more about planning a book, you can talk to me. We can do all kinds of things depending on where you are. I also have a course called Write, which is going to help you to get all that stuff out. And of course, as you would expect, I have a book called Plan Your Non-Fiction Book in a Weekend, which will take you through all of the different ideas and processes and steps that I use with people. But often, sometimes what you need is to actually talk to someone with your ideas so that you can brainstorm and troubleshoot and get all that stuff out. So if you are at that stage and you're looking for more, Plan Your Non-Fiction Book is on Amazon. And if you come to my website, daledarley.com, and look under books, you will see the book and you will see the course on how to write a book. So really, really good luck. Get that stuff in your journal, out of your head, and get yourself on track for writing your very, very best book this year.